guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching One Piece. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 7 of season 1 of the live action version, Netflix, One Piece. I'm out of breath. Okay, so on the last episode, I've been tested with Nami every single episode, and not that I don't trust her or that I don't like her, is that sometimes her way of solving problems is very self-centered, and that's because maybe she hasn't had people to depend on her whole life, or she hasn't worked as a team or as a crew, or as she has, as we found out, is that she worked with Arlong and the rest of the Arlong pirate crew, and she has their tattoo, and I feel like she's been forced to do this work, or like maybe she got into it because she thought, you know, she could change her life or whatever, and now she's kind of like indebted to them a little bit, or they won't let her leave. I could definitely see that happening because she is pretty good at what she does. And like that power of abuse happening in that group. It's so different being with the Straw Hats, with like Luffy and Zoro, who depend on her and her skills, but very much she has her own sense of agency in this group. And while they don't always listen to her, she very much was like wanting to get away from Arlong and run away and like stop Zoro from fighting Mihawk. Like there were all these things that she wanted to have stopped, and it's because she like cares about these people. And the same thing about giving the map to Arlong and walking away from the group is because she cares. Now, I don't know what the point of her, you know, saying like, oh, like, you know, put Luffy in the water, you know, he can't swim or won't be able to swim or whatever. Like I'm not very happy about that, because that potentially could have killed him. And thankfully Sanji was there to save the day. Oof. You know what? More of those scenes, please. I like that. We also got Sanjay leaving Zeph at the end of that, and I thought there was going to be a contentious exchange on Sanji's part, and there kind of was a little bit. I think he was trying to like be like, no, I'm strong, I'm cool, I'm hard, and then he was just like, I can't, like I have to tell him, you know, and just saying like, I'll never forget you, and you know, him going to the All Blue was Zeph's dream, you know, for a really long time, and now it's Sanjay's dream. And I think, you know, in part of the way is to honor Zeph a little bit as well, and the sacrifice that he made to save Sanji's life and to keep Sanji alive, and what he had to do to sacrifice. I definitely think that seeing Sanji react to, you know, somebody who's starving, I think it makes a ton of sense that he would want to help anybody who's unable to eat, because he himself has been in that position. And Zepp being very proud of him for feeding somebody who's hungry, and like kind of the lesson that they learned there. I'm looking forward to more Sanji in the future, and a lot of people have been telling me that he's kind of like a ladies' man, or like kind of girl crazy, and that's why he was behaving the way he was with Nami. And like, I don't blame him, because she's like very beautiful. It was just a little thick for my liking, and sometimes that stuff I'm just like, ew, you are a try hard. Good grief. I think I'm going to see that a lot with different girls. I think it's actually because I'm protective of Nami, because she's kind of like the sister of the group. So I'm just like, don't talk to her that way. Only respect. She is a princess, and you will treat her that way. I think that was a sense of protectiveness that came out. But you know, a girl crazy Sanji doesn't really bother me that much. You know, a lot of these boys, they've got me in a little bit of a stranglehold, especially Mihawk. Ooh. Oh, and speaking of stranglehold of delicious, delicious men's on this show, I did go and purchase me one of these. Look at that washboard. I couldn't help myself. I had to have a Shanks. I know that it's coming to an end, and we'll get a season 2 probably at the end of 2025. That's okay. I will wait for this high quality of material, because everyone is killing it. I love all of these characters, especially Buggy, who should be the one that I like absolutely hate the most. He's very endearing to me. And even though we just have his head right now, I'm looking forward to just seeing how that plays out for us and for him. And the fact that the Arlong pirates had him in a bag and was just carrying him around, that's an incredibly smart idea. Because when there's just pieces of Buggy, not that scary. but like him all together, being able to break apart and do what he can, terrifying. He's pretty strong. He's pretty cool. He's pretty dope. Oh my god, I love Buggy. I love Buggy. This Buggy, I saw the Buggy from the anime and I was like, oh, that's not the same now, is it? I expect those differences. I think I was told that Usopp has like a really long Pinocchio nose, and I could just see that kind of like flopping around while filming, and I'm glad they didn't really do that. So there's some things I think they knew that they could pull off and it could look good, and then there's other things where they're like, well, that's iffy. One of the things I think they pulled off really well, and I absolutely love, is the damn phones. I just love them, like especially Garps with like the mustache and the big lips. Like, he's so stinking cute. It's a weird thing to say out loud. But anyways, guys, I went off on a whole tangent there. But what I'm really excited about in this episode is because I think we're getting like another 2-episode arc that's going to be mostly about Nami. And I'm really ready for more Nami. I'm ready to like know about her history, what makes her tick, why she is the way she is. I think we can already make those assumptions that she's had a very lonely life. Our boys, they probably believe in her more than she believes in herself most of the time, and I think that that's really what she needs, and I think that's what we need. I think they need Nami in their life. Zoro pledging himself to Luffy, I think, was just such a beautiful thing, and again, I want to see Mihawk in the future with Zoro, because I just want to see Mihawk in the future. I'm sorry, I can't help it. There's not characters like this in like a lot of the stuff that I watch, and it's very I think it's actually more towards the male gaze and stuff that like a lot of men would find they would want to emulate these characters. It ain't rough to look at. It's really not. The one thing that is definitely female gaze is the emotional openness between them. Zoro was a little not giving in that way, but you know, Luffy always is. Definitely enjoying that aspect of it. But guys, I'm super excited to get into this episode because Garp is changing his tactic thanks to Kobe talking to him. I think it had the opposite effect of what we actually wanted, which was for him to kind of like maybe ease up on Luffy, but now he's going full court press, which I don't think is great either. I don't think we're making it to the Grand Line at the end of this. We might not even make it to the All Blue. We might still just be in the middle of the sea, but I do know that I want the Going Merry to make it out in one piece, and with ships, I'm very attached to them, so I hope that they're okay. So guys, I'm really excited to get into this episode. I know I've said that 4 times now because I keep wanting to like get into it, but I'm like, oh, I have one more thing to say. I have one more thing to say. I have nothing more to say. Let's get into it. Oh. Oh. Oh wait, dolphins or Arlong? Dolphins.
Yeah, it's the other starboard, Captain Shitastic.
Oh, Buggy, you're so mean.
What was that? Why'd you say it to my face?
Wow.
I know Luffy made a deal with you, but if this is another one of your tricks...
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
Whoa.
Yeah, dunk his head in water.
Want your map back? I want my body.
How do we know you're not leading us to a trap?
Honor amongst pirates, right?
Yeah, honor amongst pirates.
Oh, there once was a girl with tangerine hair. Stole my map and let me strand it. She had a spectacular...
Yeah, put him right in there. Right in there. That is our sister. No, thank you.
I just want to know if Nami's okay.
Oh, you're such a beautiful heart.
Nami clearly needs to be rescued.
Her tattoo says different.
Yeah, well, tattoos don't tell the whole story, and like any woman, she is a mystery to be unraveled.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
I think I want to hear from you at the dinner special. You don't know Nami.
Sounds like you don't know her very well either, Mosshead.
I'm sure Nami
Fair
has
enough.
some reasons.
Mm-hmm. I love that Luffy knows that.
Whatever choice she makes, I just need to hear it for myself.
Land ho!
Is this where we have to go, or is it a trick from Buggy? Kanomi Islands. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oranges? Oh, oranges. Oh, is this her backstory? Because she said she grew up in a grove, right? Fun. She did have friends.
Nami, it's your turn. Nami.
Nami. Your bet.
God, I hate his face. I'm not against fish people, but they are not nice to look at. Ooh.
All in.
Might be a bluff. Might be a bluff.
Queen's full.
Oh, come on. Don't be a poor loser.
You know we don't lie about money on this crew.
Nope. She gonna make you some sushi.
Game's over. Nami, all wants a word.
I don't like that guy's hair. I don't like any of these people.
I'll be back for the rest of your berry later.
I'm very much choosing a book, or judging a book by its cover, but choosing to judge a book by its cover. She did cheat. My God. Is it Buggy's body? That's messed up. Oh, disturbing. Did she actually give them the map? Oh, so she's just studied maps her whole life. She probably wanted to get out of this grove.
They had day-old biscuits in the bakery today. What's that?
Nothing.
It's something. Is she not allowed to look at books? Especially maps?
Where did you get the book, Nami?
She stole it. She's good at that.
I took it from the bookstore.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted it. Okay, I didn't have any money. I hate being poor!
We may not have much, but we have a roof over our heads and we love each other. That's what makes us a family.
No, we're not a real family! No, Chico's not my sister and you're not even my mom!
Excuse me? So she didn't even have a real family. Well, it is a real family, but like, was she given up at a young age? Abandoned?
The day I found you and Nochiko, my unit had been dispatched to engage a band of pirates in the Oika Kingdom.
Oh, she was a Marine?
Wounded, starving. I thought I was gonna die. When I saw you,
Aww.
I knew I had to live. I had to live so I could take care of you.
How did you know?
I just knew.
So we don't really know if their parents are dead or not. God, I hate his face.
A lot of memories in this room. You should be proud.
What do I have to be proud of?
Thanks to you, we know every Marine base and pirate stronghold from here to the Goa Kingdom.
We have a deal, don't we?
Is he gonna honor said deal?
Fishman of my word. Good girl. Soon, Fishman will rule the East Blue, and then on to the Grand Line, and every other sea after that.
Yeah, I think the Marines might have something to say about that.
Marines can be bought and sold.
Also true.
I have another job for you in the meantime. One of the villages is late with their tribute payment.
Which one?
Coco Village.
I'm not exactly welcome there.
Is she from Cocoa Village? I feel like everything she's had to do is to try to, like, make life better for herself some way, somehow. Oh, Garp and Zeph in the same shot. That is good-looking older men in one frame.
It's a nice place. Yeah. My dad used to eat here all the time.
Just
Well, Daddy never took me, but
yeah, haircut. I'm so, like, I just can't stand him.
A little late to the party, aren't we? We're not here for you, Redleg. I need some information about a young pirate who was here recently. Name of Luffy.
I can't help you.
Can't or won't.
Maybe
These days,
both.
I'm lucky if I remember my regulars.
Oh, you'll remember this one. Straw Hat. Always running his big mouth.
No, I'm drawing a blank. But how about a meal in the house? I've got a dozen T-bone steaks and a busted cooler.
We're not here for a meal. We're here for information.
That steak.
Medium rare?
More rare than medium.
I mean, that's kind of how I like my steak, too. Just kind of like let it settle a little bit. Just cuts really nice. Nice and reddish pink on the inside. Oh, I'm hungry. Yeah, this is a nice place here, Buggy.
Arlong did this.
Hey, shithead. I think we can all agree that Arlong's a bad fish, but why don't we quit lollygagging and get my body back?
Pipe down in there.
Or what? You gonna whip me up a souffle?
How about you take it for a while?
Ooh, new guy carries a clown head.
Just gag him.
Is it enough?
Oh, is this Cocoa Village?
Do we have time to get some more?
No.
Okay, she's famous in these parts. Oh boy.
You got a lot of moisture in your face, yeah?
Wonder what that's about.
Got something for me?
You got something for me?
Should bring the book back. Good girl.
I'm sorry I took the math book.
And you promised to never steal again.
I promise.
Okay, so how did he get the scars across his face?
Pirates! They're attacking the village!
Did they take her at this point?
This is the Cocoa Village! This town belongs to me!
Okay, the guy that plays Arlong is very effective. He's scary, he's angry, I buy it. Wait, the house was never put back even after he did that? Oh, okay, well I see how we got the scars. That's awful.
You're short.
Nami, please. This is all we have. Arlong has bled us dry.
Then find more blood.
Wow. Oh, Nami.
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. This is not you.
No, this isn't the me you want me to be.
If you need our help.
No, I don't need any of
Yeah, you do, girl.
I was never part of your stupid crew.
You don't mean that.
I agree.
Take the rest of these clowns and sail away from here. I never want to see you again.
She's just trying to, like, save them.
There's something else going on
here. Yep.
I think she was very clear she wants us to leave. You don't know women. They never say what they mean.
Yeah, we do.
Don't you guys get it? She's one of them. She's a bad guy. The villagers are terrified of her.
Not all of them.
Nope. Go find her.
Whoa! Turn around and leave. Now.
Nami's part of our crew. She's our friend.
Oh.
My sister doesn't have any friends.
Sisters. That makes sense. Both as beautiful as each other.
Oh, God.
Give it up.
Oh, I can tell she really didn't know about you guys. You're not special, and I can't help you.
How about a meal?
What?
An exchange of sorts for your valuable time and information.
Very smart.
You cook?
He's a waiter.
He's a
the
cook.
best cook in the East Blue. You never tasted anything better in your life. Usopp's word.
Which isn't really worth much, but sure. You're not feeding them? Jerk.
This is nothing. You should see him at a curry house.
Oh.
I know Luffy was here.
This is a rare vintage from McQuarrie. I've been saving it for something special.
Well, don't waste it
Been a
on
while
Garp.
since I run into anyone from the old days. Even if we did find ourselves on opposite sides of a cannon.
Finally got yourself on the right side of the law.
The law had nothing to do with it. There's a new generation and they're coming up. It's their time now.
Yep.
Like hell it is.
Perfectly aged. And ready to be enjoyed. You leave it too long, it will go bad.
God, I hate that mustache.
Or you could just serve whiskey.
Maybe, but like it's much more fancy to drink from a wine glass. Gosh, again, I hate to be this person, but the fish people are just ugh. But great makeup. Whoever applied this, fantastic work.
Arlong, we need to talk about Cocoa Village.
We can talk tomorrow. Cocoa Village will still be there.
That's what we need to talk about. That and the terms of our deal.
I want to know what the terms of the deal are. Does it have something to do with Cocoa Village? What's up with his hat?
Captain Azumi, what a pleasant surprise.
Always good to catch up, Arlong. Although, I hear troubling news from Gosa. Seems they've recently been raided by pirates.
So terrible.
There are other reports as well about fishermen stirring things up around the Konomi Islands. I have additional concerns.
How many?
About twice as many as that.
That's double our usual arrangement.
Times are changing.
So Arlong has to answer to somebody as well.
Let's go upstairs to discuss our business.
Dinner served.
You slow down, enjoy it.
Told you.
Listen, there's plenty more where that came from, but first we really need to know about Nami.
Yeah, I want to know the truth. I want to know it all.
What's going on?
Get in.
Mom!
Get in.
Mom, please.
Stay put. And no matter what you hear, do not come out.
Mom!
Oh, God. Why did she charge? You just pull the trigger.
Is that any way to treat a guest?
An uninvited one.
Tribute is 100,000 berry per adult. Go fetch it.
That's all I got.
Good.
Oh. Dang it.
3 plates on the table. How many people live here?
Only one.
Just say you had guests over.
I have 2 daughters.
You'll have to pay for them. 50,000 berry.
That's ridiculous.
Everything I have.
Too bad for you. It ain't enough.
Don't kill her! Mom!
Oh, it's a family reunion.
Does he take her?
Precious.
Will you take it as tribute for my daughters?
No, Mom, you can't!
And they take
I
her?
understand what you're saying.
I do.
No, Mom! Why didn't you just lie?
Because you are my daughters. And I would never deny that. You deserve to live full and happy lives.
So is Nami trying to get her back?
I'm sorry I wasn't a very good mother.
No. No, don't say that.
Nami, Michiko, I love you girls.
Oh my god, I thought he was just gonna take her, not kill her!
Wait, Nami's working for the pirate that killed your mother?
For some reason. There's always a reason.
I'm tired of hearing about Nami from other people.
Yeah.
She told you to leave, Luffy.
So did you.
Yeah.
How do you know she's not one of Arlong's crew?
Because it's Nami.
Same way I knew you weren't gonna kill me when I cut you down from that cross. Same way I knew about Usopp and Sanji.
Yeah, I don't know about that waiter.
I know Nami's good.
I know too.
She needs to know it too.
God, I love Luffy. So much.
We had a fair deal.
It's not easy keeping Marine patrols out of the area. It'd be a shame if word of this got back to Marine headquarters.
I don't know if I'd mess with Arlong that way.
You're not smarter than people give you credit for.
Oh, I don't know if you should have said that.
Because I'm a fishman.
That's not what
Does it surprise you that I have intelligence?
I've personally never felt any ill will towards your
And
kind.
yet,
sure?
the leaders of the organization saw fit to disparage and enslave my people.
Slavery has been abolished.
But your prejudice remains.
Fishmen have all the same rights as humans.
Do we?
Bet humans have more privilege.
A fishman is one of the warlords of the sea.
Tangerine is a fool! A government dog to an inferior master. I serve no man.
I believe you.
I can accept the terms of our usual deal.
Yeah. Flew too close to the sun.
You're smarter than people give you credit for.
How is it that I felt bad for Arlong?
I have the money.
100 million berry.
Whoa.
Nami, you've been holding out on me.
I stole that money fair and square. Now, are you ready to honor our agreement?
Probably not.
Bring the money to me by sunrise, and I'll consider the matter closed.
But what? Her freedom? The Cook Village or whatever it is?
Bring Nessie back in here. Go. Or maybe there's a way for the rat to earn some extra berry after all.
What is the deal? I want to know what the deal is. Garp's like knee deep in steak and wine right now.
Might as well enjoy this wild goose chase.
I wouldn't say it's wild goose
How
chase.
much of a drinker are you? I still don't know why Garp has such a bug up his ass about this straw hat.
Oh, he does. Kobe, don't drink, you'll spill.
2 more.
He's gonna let all those secrets out.
Maybe the Straw Hat Pirates aren't the villains that the Marines are making them out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was going to take a lot more liquor to bring out your mutinous side.
Seems like if we keep making the same mistakes, nothing's ever going to change.
That's a fact.
You know something.
How is he so persuasive when it comes to Kobe?
Garp is Luffy's grandfather.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Of all the things I thought you were going to say, that wasn't even on the list.
Yep.
Should have known from the way they both love meat. Don't tell anyone. Must have been hard growing up with a dad like X and Morgan.
I am nothing like that straw hat.
It's not comparing you to the straw hat.
Fellow with a straw hat came through here the other day.
You idiot! You shut your mouth! Oh my god.
I might. What's it worth to you?
And then the creature turns towards me, flaring its tusks. 2 days I wrestled that crazed dog, and I cooked it over an open flame.
I see that about him.
And ate it with my bare hands.
Yeah, I see that about him too. Yeah.
You're not tricking me with your delicious stories.
He's just buying time.
Not hunting a boar.
Last thing I want to do is put myself in the middle of a family dispute. Reminds me of another pirate we knew back in our glory days.
Don't say
I'm not saying it's gonna make it less true.
Shanks?
The kid reminds me of Gold Roger.
Oh, whoa. I did not see that coming.
And look what happened to him.
Look what you did
Executed. Skewered by Marine pole arms. I don't want the boy to suffer the same fate.
He stood up for Baratier when we were attacked.
Mhm.
I might be out the game, but I still live by the code.
Have the navigator set a course immediately for the Konomi Islands.
Aye, sir.
Oh,
I love these two together. It's amazing.
you have to know when it's time to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Change is coming whether you want it or not. It's their turn now.
I didn't know I needed a scene with those two, but that was phenomenal. Is she keeping the money at her mom's grave? That's dark. But pretty smart. Pretty smart.
How dare you? It's not enough that you're working for our mother's killer, but now you're desecrating her grave too? Don't you go, wait!
It's not what you think.
It's definitely
You have
not.
no idea what I think.
Ooh.
Is this the money that she stole?
It broke open really
You're
easily.
hiding it next to our mother's body. Nami, what kind of monster are you?
You don't understand.
They make me understand.
Yes, tell her. I want to know. Sometimes show, don't tell really annoys the shit out of me.
You drew this. This is good. Very good. I killed your mother. And now you want to come work for me. Why would you do that?
Because you have something I want.
Which is?
Told Arlong I'd work for him on one condition. That he let me buy back Cocoa Village. $100 million. That would take a lifetime. I have the money. And now I can buy the freedom of the village and everyone in it.
He's not gonna let them free, though.
This whole time you were trying to help.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't I couldn't lose you too. Or anyone else.
Nami.
So you kept that secret all these years. And you let me hate you. I hated you.
Damn it.
A shame to break up this touching scene.
Please don't do this.
That's obviously been stolen. By the authority of the Marines and the world government, I'm going to have to confiscate it.
No, you can't do that. It's mine.
100 million berry. And where would you get that much money?
How did you know it was 100?
Arlong.
Arlong put you up to this, didn't he?
Watch yourself.
Please, Luffy, Zoro, somebody.
No! You can't do this! You can't do this!
I'm so upset. I love Nami. Oh my god. I knew it. I knew she was doing it for a good reason.
Arlong! Arlong! Arlong!
Ah!
Arlong! Arlong! Arlong!
I told you to get the hell out of here.
You did.
She can't lose anyone else.
Then leave. You don't know anything about what's going on here.
I don't.
Luffy.
Of course I will. Of course I will.
Of course I
Let's go.
Right.
I love her little found family.
What's that?
They're attacking the village.
They're attacking the village.
You guys got this. I have full faith in Luffy. Oh. I need a snack. I'm exhausted. I thought maybe Arlong took Nami's mom. I didn't think he killed her. And I could see how her sister would definitely be upset about Nami joining Arlong. But man, was she playing the long game. She was playing the long game. And just her desperation and her anger, like she was so close. She was so close. And the thing is, I think even if she gave him the money, that would not have earned the village their freedom. He's not interested in being a good person or a good fish or a good fishman or whatever. He's not interested in any of that. He's interested in control and power. And where I have sympathy for his position because, he definitely is not in a position of privilege. Definitely being a human definitely is a more privileged life. And, I even feel bad because I keep saying like how ugly they are. And like, I get that their makeup is supposed to make them look that way. Like there's an obvious distinction between fishman and human. That sucks. That sucks for him. And that sucks growing up that way, being probably discriminated against a lot. Like I can be empathetic to somebody's position, but I can definitely be against their means that they're going about to either put themselves in a position of power, grant their own freedom, make a name for themselves, try to enact change. The decisions you make dictate the life you lead. Therefore, if you're choosing this life, that's exactly what you're going to end up with, is just kind of more violence, more anger, more wheeling and dealing and stealing, instead of actually having a good life. And I don't know even if Arlong wants that. I think he's just now wanting like a little bit of revenge and a whole lot of money and a whole lot of power. And because he wants to own the East Blue, the Grand Line, all these things, he wants it to be run by fish people. He even says something about like, you have to like almost like keeping your pet happy or, give him a short leash. I forget exactly what he said, but it's not total annihilation of the humans, but keeping them in check and kind of keeping them lower. And I get fish people were enslaved, and I'm not saying that you don't get retribution from that. Or restitution. Again, the way of going about it isn't necessarily one that's kind of going like, oh yeah, no, I see your point. I see his point and I don't like it. But I do feel bad for most fish people because, again, he's just a pirate that's trying to do all of this, and all of the people that are like him that are not part of that are probably getting a lot of grief because of him. He's not really helping everyone. He's just kind of helping himself. Nanami, she was a precocious little girl. She was stealing before she was actually joining a pirate crew. And, she was saved. And I was like, are her parents actually dead? Did that Marine actually know? Did her mom actually like look and see if like their parents were gone? And, that doesn't matter. Like she took those girls and she was taking care of them and raised them as her own and sacrificed her life for them. I was absolutely shocked. Nami saying she didn't have any friends. It's probably because the people that she had in her life, she lost her mom, and then, her sister probably immediately hated her for joining Arlong. So the people that she cared about the most, that cared about her the most, one's gone and one's betrayed. And she can't tell her sister why. She can't tell the rest of the town why. Oh gosh, Nami is like, she's so strong, the stuff that she's had to shoulder alone at a young age for a very long period of time. And I get her not wanting to trust people because she's afraid that if she does, it's going to be taken away from her. And Luffy, I'm telling you, Luffy is like one of my favorite characters out of this show. Like I love all the zany ones and the like, the ones that like they look good with their shirt off and they're amazing fighters. But like Luffy is the heart and soul of this show. And I can only say this show. I'm assuming also the anime and also the manga. But, like Luffy is such a beautiful person that he chooses to still believe in Nami, even though she says, you need to leave. You need to get out of here because, he knows that it's her saying like, I can't lose anyone else. But also like, it's trying to save Luffy. And I think, he can see through that. And like him going and sitting up on the roof and being frustrated about hearing about Nami joining Arlong's crew. I think that kind of in his mind a little bit too is like, yeah, I can see maybe what she's doing. Now, obviously buying back the village. I don't know how she could trust that Arlong would keep his word. I immediately knew he wasn't going to keep his word, no matter what she asked for. His word's no good. And the fact that he has the Marines in his pockets, I feel like there's enough there to keep Garp busy. Fishmen, pirates, corrupt Marines. Please leave Luffy alone. Him having the conversation with Zepp, I really like that. Or Zeph. Those two having that conversation together. Zeph is trying to tell him, like, you need to let go of the past and you need to, like, usher in a new era. And Luffy's different than regular pirates, and you know that. Luffy is a different type of pirate, and he's a special kid. And everyone that meets Luffy knows this. We all know this. From the second we met Luffy, we knew he was special. Even Kobe knows that he's special. And Garp, I think, knows that he's special, but because Luffy reminds both of them of Gold Roger, he's projecting his own failure or insecurity, is that even though he's responsible for the execution of Gold Roger, pirates, they went run amok because they're trying to find the One Piece. He feels like maybe he can control Luffy a little bit more because he's his grandson. And it might be a reflection on him. I think the more you try to stop something from happening, the more you push it into fruition. That's kind of how I think. It's like the thing that you're afraid of happening the most is eventually going to be the thing that happens. You can't actively push against it, and sometimes you have to accept it and see how it plays out. I feel like Garp is kind of like in a no-win situation, other than the fact that he should probably just say, like, you know what? There's literally other fish in the sea that I could be going after right now. There are other pirates out there. There are so many pirates out there. Why focus on Luffy? I think maybe he needs to let that fish go. You know, like, just throw it back out there. Sanji cooking the food. He started doing his little ladies' man thing, and I was like, oh God, here we go. And then he did it the right way, where he's just like, let me make you a meal. That's the right way to schmooze. That is the right way to schmooze, 100%. Compliments, ugh. Food, ooh. Because compliments always feel like a manipulation. It doesn't matter, unless there's some earnestness coming from it. But definitely there was no earnestness coming from Sanji in that moment. That was a language that, like, she understood, which was food. And we know that they're starving. We know they have to eat tangerines, and like they don't have any money. So we know all these things. Having Buggy around is really interesting because he's obnoxious. I really like Sanji, like, kind of really helping out in that moment and having clown duty. But Usopp is like, for somebody who has a lot of stories that he'd tell about his bravery, he's kind of not very brave. And I really want to see him have a moment where he gets to actually do something that is incredibly brave. I'm really hoping for that moment. Okay, so we have Arlong and his band of merry fishmen attacking our village. Cocoa Village has nothing. Why would you attack them? Because they're at a position of weakness and, like, it makes you feel more powerful? Ew. And of course, you know, because of Nami. But I like our odds of R5, maybe 6 if Nami's sister joins in, of doing something against them. I don't know if Garp comes in at the last minute. I'm not sure. You know, if we can attach Buggy's head back to his body and he's useful to us, I think that would be amazing. Mihawk shows up and just slices all the fish in half and we get sushi for dinner. Ooh, that was dark. That was really dark. The next episode, I think, is going to be bonkers. And I don't know how long it is, but it being a finale, I'm ready to do some crying. I've already done some crying. It's very emotional. Just Nami and Luffy in that moment. And let me tell you, Luffy is such a silly, fun guy. He's got this ridiculous smile that he's brighter than the sun most of the time. But when he has a determined look on his face, like, kudos to the actor, because he is able to play Luffy in a way that, like, makes him so wholesome and trusting and just so, like, lovable and like brotherly. And then he'll play him in a way where he's like, oh, that's a pirate. There's Pirate Luffy. Here we go. And I'm so excited to see it. So guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon. And if you are currently watching this on YouTube, that means the finale is on Patreon as we speak. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Ooh, how did the story of Nami hit you? Because the fact that she has a sister, even if it's a found sister, an adopted sister, I don't care what it is. Her saying, like, I didn't want to lose you too. Ooh, boy, did that hit me hard. That hit me so damn hard. Her wanting to free that village. Like I said, she was playing the long game. Nami's amazing. And I knew it, and they challenge me every episode on Nami, and I'm kind of like Luffy, where I'm like, I see what's in front of me, but I know there's more there. I know there's way more behind her actions than what's being revealed. And definitely, I'm happy to see now what her motivation is, why she hates pirates, because I was like, she wouldn't have joined Arlong if there wasn't a really good reason, and I see exactly why she joined. It's risky. It almost paid off. I don't know if we're going to get rid of Arlong or if he's around for the long haul, but he needs to be stopped and that island needs to be saved. And I think that's what's going to happen in the next episode. So guys, come back here for the finale. But in the meantime, I'll see ya.